Yo, it's Jesse. So yesterday, I had a bad day yesterday. I got, I think it was something I ate yesterday or day before yesterday, and got super sick to where when I showed up, I forgot my camera, I forgot my grease guns, I forgot everything I had yesterday, and I got about 3 hours, which I'll show you in a minute once it warms up. I got to get my jacket. It's kind of chilly this morning, but anyway. All right, I had to answer a phone call real quick, but anyway, let's see, we got this over here. Yeah, he went ahead and cut that lower side. We'll come back and remulch everything. Got a tree. All right. Yesterday I got severely sick, and then the customers is pretty cool about it. I just told him I was just sick as a dog. Puked everything I ate because I stopped off and got me a biscuit. I thought it was that, but I felt bad this morning, yesterday, the day before yesterday, after I got done eating supper. Ouch. But it is what it is, but we got a lot of clearing to do. We're going to have the Cabelco worked on this week. We'll be starting a pretty big job as well with that. And then I got me a new mechanic job, working full time as a diesel mechanic, like I was before, which I still am. So ain't no big deal. It's probably a little bit further away, but making some decent money and trying to do this full time. But now everybody's decided to call me as I was applying for jobs. But I ain't scared to tell you that, because that's what you got to do to make it nowadays. Interest rates are outrageous, and all the above as well. Do what you gotta do. I don't like the neighbor's place being so close. It's rough and scary, because I've hit people's stuff slinging stuff, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I always try to start with the easy material, just a little tiny brush when you first start out in the morning, because your mulcher's getting warmed up, so you got to be careful. So I did about 3 hours yesterday, and I couldn't do it no more. I mean, my head was hurting so bad that it was making my stomach sick as all get out. So it's hard to record when you got the customer watching 24/7. As soon as I shut the machine off a while ago, they come running over. Something wrong? No, I got to piss. But it's just hard to record stuff. That's the reason why sometimes I don't record some of it. And like a really good way, I got to get this tree off before it rips out some of my stuff. But we got this lower side mulched up. We're getting to the steeper side. Machine's starting to get a little warm as well, so I got to blow the filter out. So fixing to have to do that real quick, because it's really dusty today. But I'd like to get a little bit better camera angles on this steep stuff. So I'm gonna try to work my way over here doing this. So got most of that done. Super steep, and I can't see, so it's hard to get the camera to. And then me and the customer walked over, and it's steep. So we got some of the brush down right here. There was a lot of rocks, so I got out and got some of those cement blocks. And then there's a fence right there, but there's also a dog lot used to be there, so there's a lot of concrete. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up all this little scraggly stuff. And then there's a tree right here next to a rock. And then we're gonna push just a little bit right here because it's too steep on that lower side. But we're gonna go ahead and start mulching the rest of that, and then we're gonna take all this out. So I'm gonna work right here, and then I'm gonna hit that other side so that way I can lace this stuff over, and that way I can mulch it up right in here to make the mulch spread out. We also got that corner over there to do as well. Still, I just scared to get over next to that building or that garage with that new fence next door. So not too bad, looks pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and keep going. All right, pop the track. I knew as soon as I heard it, and it started walking funny. I was like, that's wonderful. So didn't record much because this is a nightmare. So the customer's going to go see if he's got a bottle jack. I pushed over there and I turned and I heard something pop. So what I'm gonna do now, if I can get the track pop back on, remulch everything up and back drag. There's that stump tree and stump there. I'm gonna push off to the edge over there because he owns below that, like 5 acres down that way, and then we'll go over here and mulch all that up. Let's see, if not, we're fixing to have to go buy a few tools because everything's in the 450 as usual. Yeah, just a little bit of more pulling off the trees, mulching that up, and then remulching all this up right here, and then we'll be calling it a day. Hopefully we can hurry up and get the track popped back on. I don't have no big tools or nothing. Well, $104 later, and all I did was back it up to take it to the concrete on the other side over here, and I heard pop 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 ping. It popped back on. I did it slowly though. So got a decent travel size 22, oh yeah, USA 22 ton jack, but it kept sinking in the ground, sunk down probably like that far in the bottom, and then a $50 pry bar, which already had pry bar but not a bottle jack. So let me go ahead and get the grease gun and we'll pop it back in and get going. We're gonna get in here and try to push this. The customer told us to see if we can, I'm gonna grab my hoses. I'm gonna try to get this track pushed in a little bit, get it working. I'm gonna try to push this out of the way. The customer told me if I could push this out of the way to push it off the cliff if I can. Because none of that, if I don't, then it's gonna make my finish look pretty crappy. So we're gonna try to get this out of the tree. It's a little steep, especially when I have the head pushed up and it's 3,200 pounds hovering up above my head. So we're gonna try to push this stuff off. Because he owns a good bit below that, so I'm gonna try to help him out since we rolled a track, but it wasn't my doing. There's a lot of rocks on this lower side. All right, so I had to let the thing charge up while I was getting the machine and the truck out of the fence. It was pretty tight to get out. This is what we got done. Very steep. That lower side is very steep as well. It's bogging the machine down, just backing up. Very steep, a lot of hardwoods as well. So he cut that tree down and pushed it off that edge over there. A bunch of rocks right in there. Cinder blocks, garbage. There was a bunch of cement under that. So that's what we got. So if you could, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.